12 stores in Wyoming will be sold as part of a $1.9 billion Albertsons Kroger deal. Wyoming Democrats are also concerned about crossover voting. And a Farson man owns an owl named Hoot that's been in 124 movies, including many of the Harry Potter films. Bringing you these stories and more from Wyoming's largest news organization, I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily. Kroger anticipates the sale of 413 Albertsons stores, including 12 in Wyoming, will bulletproof their proposed $25 billion merger. 12 stores in Wyoming will be sold as part of the $1.9 billion deal, which is being cast as a solution to antitrust concerns with a merger of the grocery giants. Kroger Chairman and CEO Rodney McMullen has said the deal is needed so that the combined stores can better compete with Amazon and Walmart, adding that the plan they have outlined with C&S will keep the promises that Kroger has made, that no Albertsons stores will close and that frontline associates will remain employed with existing collective bargaining agreements intact. Many Goshen County residents are calling for US 85 between Torrington and Yoder to be widened in light of continuing head-on collisions and numerous close calls. Cowboy State Daily's Andrew Rossi reports that several recent fatal crashes have increased the level of concern for those who regularly travel that stretch of Wyoming highway.
The concerns that local residents have is that it's a two-lane highway that's become increasingly busy with not just semi-truck traffic, but out-of-state traffic. And people recklessly try to pass other vehicles without much concern for the rules of the highway.
A spokesperson for the Wyoming Department of Transportation says WYDOT is aware of the crashes and near misses on US 85, but their data does not indicate that the highway needs large-scale changes. Well, although concerns about crossover voting are most typically brought up in Republican circles in Wyoming, it turns out it's also a concern of the Wyoming Democratic Party. During the party's Central Committee meeting Saturday in Newcastle, some leading Democrats expressed worry that former party members who switched affiliation to vote for former Congresswoman Liz Cheney during the 2022 Republican primary won't switch their registration or party loyalty back to Democrat. The practice of Democrats switching party affiliation to Republican has been an ongoing trend in Wyoming. Election data shows that around 10,000 to 20,000 former Democrats changed party affiliation to vote for Cheney in 2022. To be considered a major political party in Wyoming, a party must receive 10% of the vote in general election races, although the Democrats exceeded the 10% barrier by a fairly safe margin in 2022. Any further loss of party membership could put the party in a precarious position. I'll be back with more news right after this.
At Hilltop Bank, we understand that buying a home is a big decision. That's why we're here to be your trusted partner on the path to home ownership. Our experienced mortgage team will guide you every step of the way, from pre-approval to closing. We offer competitive rates and a wide variety of home loan options to best suit your needs. With our local knowledge and personalized service, you'll feel confident and comfortable throughout the entire home buying process. Contact us today to start your journey toward home ownership. Hilltop Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
A Farson man owns an owl named Hoot that's been in 124 movies and counting, including many Harry Potter films. Cowboy State Daily's Renee Jean says the 25-year-old bird is probably the most famous owl on the planet. Jean met Hoot and his handler, Jeff Shellberg, at the Fort Bridger Rendezvous.
If you meet him, you'll meet a very calm, self-possessed bird. He clearly has all of his wild instincts. He's just constantly watching everything that's going on around him. His head's on a swivel the whole time. He's just a fascinating little guy.
Hoot is featured on Shellberg's website, World Birds of Prey, with a variety of celebrities ranging from the late Robin Williams to Kevin Costner. And while Yellowstone today is on high alert for Turon behavior, in the Roaring 20s it was an all-out petting zoo. Cowboy State Daily's Jake Nichols says that was a period in Yellowstone's history that park rangers would rather forget.
It's crazy to think there was a time in the park's history where authorities themselves encouraged misbehavior with wildlife. For example, the superintendent of the park himself turned a regular feeding of grizzly bears into a popular dinner show at Old Faithful.
In his early years as superintendent of Yellowstone, Horace Albright was all about commercializing the park to the horror of modern-day conservationists and the ultimate ruin of any semblance of a natural encounter with nature. And that's today's news. If you're ready to unlock your daily dose of Wyoming, sign up for the Cowboy State Daily newsletter to stay in the know. I'm Wendy Corr for Cowboy State Daily.